Hey folks, and welcome to Greg's Golf Shack. Something many of us still struggle with is getting our weight over to our lead side, shifting or transferring our weight, because that gives us a lot of power. When we are hanging back and we leave all that weight back on our trail side, that's, a lot of our body weight left behind when we could be transferring that into the ball. And while I've been dealing with this foot injury, I've been talking about how I've been hanging back and things, but I see this in a lot of amateur players, especially when you're really trying to hit it hard. We see people walking off the ball like this. And I know what that's like. I struggle with it too sometimes. So I had a previous tip that suggested to kind of kick that trail leg in a bit, that knee, so we can try to stay loaded there rather than get our weight shifting on the outside of the leg. That's something I still have to work on as well. But what we'd like to do, no matter how unique our swings are, is get into a position that helps facilitate us transferring over to the front side. So we want to get loaded, and I like to think of this as, kind of getting in a position where we feel like we're going to sprint or spring. It's a little bit exaggerated, but if we're going to sprint out towards the target, we want to kind of be loaded like this rather than loaded like this. Now, one of the most famous drills in golf is probably the best one, and it's very easy to do. And I'm going to be using it to help train me to get back into my lead side now that my foot is better. And what it is the walk through or the step through drill, where when we hit the ball, we actually walk through to the target. And that puts our backswing position in a place where we can transfer our weight, and it makes sure our momentum continues out through the target. So when we're doing that walk-through drill, we want to get in a position where we're not too far back and have our weight really leaning over our trail side. Because if we try to walk through and we're swinging like this, that's impossible. We're not giving ourselves, we're going to have to maybe kick or something. We're not in a position to be able to deliver that step. So we want to be loaded into the heel a little bit more so we can kind of walk through. And it feels good when we do this. It helps us release that club, and it helps us put a lot of effortless energy behind the ball. So when we turn back, we're going to load up on that trail side into the heel, but we're not going to totally shift all our weight over there. We're just going to load up and then try to walk towards the target. Now that feels like good contact. It feels like the way you're supposed to hit the ball. So when you're up there on the tee, just take a couple of practice swings, stepping through, and get in that position of being loaded up in your backswing. It felt like I was a little bit on the back side, so I would like to do that again and feel like I'm kind of slinging my body forward, and then step up to the ball and walk through the shot. Now, as we want that drill to start taking more shape in our finished position, I like to imagine something else. And if you think of those old pirate ships and sailing ships where there's a figure on the front of the boat, on the bow of the ship like this, or their hands are sometimes up like this, I like to consider that we are that carving or sculpture on the front of the ship. And that's sort of the position we'd like to get into, where we're leaning out over rather than leaning back. And even though that position is still a little bit exaggerated, we don't want to literally be arched way out like that, it helps us get that feeling that we're moving our weight forward. So after a couple of practice swings of maybe walking through and getting that feeling of transferring my weight, I might try a practice swing of getting into that visual position, I'm king of the world. And then I'll strike it and try to get into that finished position. Feels good. Now I want to be realistic about practicing drills in golf, and most of us average players don't really practice them a lot. We're not going to go to the driving range every night and hit 100 balls trying to do certain drills. Very often, a lot of us will try a drill, swing a couple of times and think, okay, we've got it. We'll try to go out and apply it to our game on the course. And it's understandable. We're busy folks. We have busy lives. We have jobs. We have families. We have other responsibilities. We don't have time to just refine every aspect of our golf game, especially if we're just playing casually and having fun. So the best part about this drill is that we can take it to the course. We don't have to stand on a driving range and walk through and do all these things. You can stand on the first tee of your round of golf and you can hit that ball with the driver, with your 3-wood, with your 9-iron. It doesn't matter what club it is. You can actually hit the ball and walk through like that on the course and play a round. So it's a great drill to try to get that feeling of transferring your weight forward, and it will help refine your swing. Now let's see what it looks like if we go out on the course and apply this drill. Welcome to Newfoundland, a bit foggy, a bit rainy, a bit cold. Now I'm out here at Pippy Park on Admiral's Green, so we're going to apply what we were talking about there. I'm going to try the step through drill and apply it in my course of play. Okay, about 215 yards from the green. I can't see the green, it's too foggy, but it's not about scoring. I'd like to hit different clubs throughout the bag to see how we can apply this walk-through drill. So this is a 5-iron. I'm not going to worry about hitting it too hard, just a nice smooth walk-through drill. All right, I'm just inside 100 yards here, so I'm going to take a gap wedge. I've got to take it up over those mounds, and boy, when it's chilly like this, I really find it difficult to kind of swing and get around the ball. So it's a great opportunity to try this step-through drill to help me get to that lead side. Beautifully struck, middle of the face, felt great. Now that was a little bit strong, came right over the flag here, and we're chipping, and we're going to see if we can apply that same drill for a chip. Because chipping, we normally want our weight to be forward, even at setup. So by walking through, we might encourage that front side weight transfer. So let's see, I've got a 54 degree here. Let's see if we can walk it through. Very nice. All right, we're going to come back up number 6 here, and I'm going to try different clubs just to try and show how we can apply this throughout the bag. So I've got a 4-wood here, but rather than do the full walkthrough, this time on this hole, I'm going to try and get into that bow of the ship kind of carving position and see if we can produce some good shots that get through to our lead side. Crisp. Okay, second shot here. I'm going to take a 3 hybrid and see if we can get into that front lead foot position. Now I'm about 100 yards here and I want to try something a little different. I'm going to try one of those lower shots. And that's still important to get to our lead side. Even though we're not finishing way up high, we'd still like to get there to help drive the ball up towards the green. So I've got an 8-iron here. I'm going to put it back in the stance and just try to get to that lead side the same way we've been doing with the other shots. No problem. It's up towards the green. And we got to our lead side. All right, so that little low punch got us to the left side of the green, got to the lead side pretty nicely, and that's a good tip to help you with some better ball striking and help get a little bit more energy into that ball and get onto the lead foot. I hope that tip helps. If you're liking this content, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time on Greg's Golf Shack.